Pick up another call in the parking lot to Tucson. Are you with me? When I stand with the roof gone, I pull up like Jimmy Neutron. Then you can get a new phone, like you haul, and I know we need to go slow, but we could go faster. Maybe the past.
Welcome in. What is up, everybody? I'm sitting here this. My bad, I'm late, honey. I had to go to the restroom, get me some Kool-Aid, because we got to talk. It's a lot going on in the TikTok streets. And then I was trying to get my thumbnail together. I was trying to get my thumbnail together so we could discuss tonight, because child, we gonna look at Marissa. Okay, so listen, TikTok will be TikTok Thursdays. I just did it today because I want to talk about these stories. Next week, we're gonna have moms on individual days, right? So we're gonna talk about a certain mom one day, a certain mom the next day. We're splitting up content. I feel like I'm oversaturating you guys with all the content all at one, and it's a lot, and we trying to break it down. So I'm gonna come up with a clear schedule today or tomorrow, and what I'm gonna do is have a clear schedule of how we're going to do it and what we're going to be talking about and how we're going to have the content go. Hey, CC Life, because I feel like I'm oversaturated and I'm trying to get this one out. There's something come out. I'm trying to get that out. Yeah, thank you. I'm trying to break it down so we could be at least some days, and I don't want everybody to feel like we're all just, oh my God, every day, especially with these moms, because they're draining. So it's like, so we going to pick how we going to do it. But today it's going to be TikTok. Today, TikTok Wednesday, introducing it to tomorrow, because we're going to do it tomorrow too. I had to do this story. Last night, let's start with the previous day. So I'm sitting here scrolling, minding my business, and I hear from a birdie that Netta and Charles got a movie. I said, okay, they got them a little movie. And I'm hearing that Netta and Charles had a movie. Joe Netta had a Tubi movie coming out. So the Tubi movie, hold on, I'm going to pause it and let you see. So the Tubi movie was called Dinner with the Parkers, okay? So everybody wanted to see this movie. They wanted to see, it's Netta, Charles, and a couple of other people. So the movie was supposed to come out on Tubi. Hey, the movie was supposed to come out on Tubi. It didn't come out. So everybody was waiting 24 hours. Like, listen, it's 12 hours. It would take that long as an hour. Like, what's going on? We trying to see what the hell this movie talking about. Well, the movie was pulled because it was so much stuff between cast and directors and producers that they just couldn't get it together. Let me play how this started, and we finna go down this rabbit hole.
Word in to see. I love your hair. Thank you so much. Congratulations. From one of your biggest fans. Thank you so much. You should do a watch party tomorrow, Netta. No, I shouldn't. I did my watch party already, y'all. Why were you crying, Netta? Because I'm excited. I mean, what person that's getting this opportunity they've been looking for? Why? I'm human just like you. You would cry if you got excitement too. But yeah. You are way welcome, Miss Netta. Thank you so much. Who's sharing? Who's starring in the movie? Oh, thank you so much for the. Thank you so much. Me and Charles are the stars. Okay, it's our movie. Okay, but we have other people in the movie. We have
right.
Let me name some of the people. We have Keith
y'all,
in the movie.
You know what? Y'all did say Nika does look like. did say Nika looked like Joe Detta.
Movie. We have Amira Calhoun in the movie. We have Debo, which is D on TikTok. She's in the movie. We have Side Piece wife, Miss Side Piece. She's in the movie. I know, of course, me and Charles. Also, Roger Jackson. He's also in the movie. Forgot my friend name. Her name is Red. She's from Atlanta, Georgia. She's in the movie Red. On this TikTok, like I can't even get a word in to see.
You got Red.
I love your hair. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Red was in there.
For one of your biggest fans. Thank you so much. You should do a watch party tomorrow.
Listen, it wasn't their movie. It was another person that came up with the movie. So they was in the movie.
Arnetta. No, I shouldn't. I did my watch party already, y'all. Why were you crying, Netta? Because I'm excited. I mean, what person that's getting this opportunity they've been looking for? Why? I'm human just like you. You would cry if you got excitement.
Child. So they got so much backlash. So then, excuse me, somebody said, had this film removed from Tubi, dropped due to drama centered around the cast, internal disagreements also. Some people just can't come together and do nothing. I wish we as people could get along and do great things. This movie was supposed to be a fun comedy, but this has been nothing but drama and BS. So many people out here wishing bad on one another. We just wanted people to smile, laugh, be happy, and reach for the stars. Maybe in the future we content creators and consumers can do better. This was a hard decision to make, but I'm built for this. So it was pulled because nobody got along, child. Nobody. So this how I find out.
Should be out now. Supposed to come out after 12 from what we was told.
Me too.
Well, y'all say it ain't there, but I'll see for myself. They say it was supposed to be out on the 14th, so...
Hey, Melody.
Hey, that's all I was told. But right now, I don't know what to tell you. Y'all can say the movie ain't up, but I'll go see for myself. Since y'all say that. You know I don't believe y'all anyway. I don't believe nobody. Until it's proven to me. Well, the movie, I don't know. Should be on Tubi. Like I said, I haven't looked yet, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. Who knows? Y'all could be the one lying to me. Should be out now. Supposed to come out.
Wait. Who made this? Free Charles and Lily. So did
dogs you got pregnant again, bitch.
Go fuck you. Oh yeah, I forgot. You like to get my boys. I forgot.
Hey, don't say that.
Charles.
Don't get her
I ain't saying shit.
I'm
matter of fact, as a matter of
child, not that arguing on live. So child, honey, I don't know who paid that.
Should be out now. Supposed to come out.
Free. Somebody say free Charles and Lily. That's the title of the page. So then this is what happened. Let's get back to this. This is what happened.
Okay, everybody. So they've been talking about Miss Netta and Charles movie, Dinner at the Parkers. It's going to be on Tubi, right? I'm on Tubi right now. So let's see if this movie is up because somebody put on there it was a good movie, and I haven't been able to find it anywhere.
Oop. Checking, y'all.
Actually clicked the wrong button. Let's go back. We're just going to put in dinner. And as you see, there's nothing there about them at all. Take me to dinner, that's not them. You can scroll down.
Yeah.
Keep scrolling. There's nothing there that says anything about dinner at the Parkers. So you want to be fair. So let's go back over. Let's do a space. And we're going to put at. Okay. There you go. Now see, go back over. That's Take Me to Dinner. That's not them. You scroll down. We're still looking for Dinner at the Parkers. It is not here. See? Nowhere to be found.
Nowhere.
So you still want to be fair. So you're going to go back again.
Right.
And we're going to type in the Parkers. We're going to be fair about it.
And Joe Netta been quiet.
Dinner at the Parkers. Okay. You see it's in there. So you scroll over.
We don't see it.
Does anyone see Dinner at the Parkers anywhere? Anyone?
No.
Because see, if it was something new that would have just come out on Tubi, it wouldn't be way here at the bottom. It's going to be closer to the top.
It's going to be at the top.
I am someone who watches a lot of Tubi movies. So when the movies come on, the ones that people haven't seen that are just now coming on, they're prone to be at the top of the screen.
Yep,
you don't have to scroll down to the bottom looking for them. Like right there, there's Terry Jo's movie.
Yep.
But you see, her movie isn't fresh like it was, so hers has moved down. But when it first came out, Terry Jo's movie was closer to the top. And as you see, I'm still scrolling. There is no Miss Netta and Charles movie, Dinner at the Parkers. It is nowhere to be found. So I don't know why people are saying, well, the few people that were on there that were saying it's a good movie. It may be a good movie on another streaming app, but it damn sure is not on Tubi.
Yeah.
Tubi has movies that I'm sure that are just like that and worse that are already on here, and that is not one of them that is to be found. That movie is not on here. So you guys that are looking for it, please understand I'm on Tubi right now, and Miss Netta and Charles movie is nowhere to be found. Okay, everybody. So they've been talking about Miss Netta and Charles movie, Dinner at the Parkers. It's going to
situations. That's why the movie did not come out at all.
And finally, I'll get a chance to be on a big screen. Y'all just don't know how much that really means to me, and know that I got these support out here with these people that support me and love me. I'm trying not to cry. I'm overexcited, but it is what it is. So, excuse me. I'm sorry about that, but like I always tell y'all that if y'all see me crying on social media, it is not going to be because I'm hurt or something happened or something like that. My tears are going to come from tears of joy.
He was so happy, y'all. He was crying tears. Okay. This morning after Miss Netta lied to Charles like a movie would be available would be available for release. Child. Yeah. It's not out there, y'all. This is what the people had to say.
That a new movie on Tubi come out tomorrow. Now, she said it's something like soul food. You know how Miss Netta do. But I'm gonna peep at it now. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna support. How many of y'all gonna watch Miss Netta new movie on Tubi come out tomorrow? Now she said it's something like soul food. You know how Miss Netta do.
I can't, y'all. So yeah, this is what the people had to say, child. Yeah, it's radio. So I want to know, was there a reason what he said about why the movie ain't come out?
Get hit the like button. You don't gotta share it if you don't want to. I don't want to all that. I got a mod up in here now, so it doesn't matter. Welcome, mod. I got a moderator in here now, baby. So they finna start cleaning. Some of y'all that don't want to be in here, they're gonna start cleaning y'all out of here. Do that. Do it, y'all. Do it. Get them up out of here. They don't want to be in here. They don't want to hear me or see me. So just go ahead and remove them. Remove them.
Yeah.
Remove them. And then they'll be mad. But okay.
Child, they cussing me out.
I'm just ready for this to get done so I can get up off of this thing. Because y'all know when I get ready to put my cornbread muffins in here, I'm going to have to talk some more. And I just be like, sometimes I just don't be interested in talking. But my movie come out Tuesday, y'all, on Tuesday. I don't know what time it's coming out. They didn't give us a time. I don't know what time they new movies usually hit, but it'll be on Tuesday, on the 14th. So make sure y'all go and watch it. Don't y'all walk to the TV. Y'all run to the TV, okay? Run. Get the like button. You don't got to share it if you don't want to.
So I want to see if he said anything about this movie. Okay. Oh, and then she said she was on the radio. That's the part I want to show y'all. So Joe ain't said nothing. Talking about a song on the radio, trying to avoid that the movie didn't come out. Talking about Joe Netta say their new song was on the radio and it didn't come out, child. Child. So that's what happened with that, honey. I wish them well, child. Oh, I wish them well. I wish them well. I wish them well. Oh, Morgan finally got her page back. We'll be over there in a minute. Hey, Morgan, girl. We'll be over there tomorrow. Let me go save this video real quick before we get into Farrah. Yeah, we gonna get into Farrah trifling ass. Farrah has pissed me off in the past 24 going on 48 hours. So let me tell y'all what happened, y'all. Let me give y'all the tea, honey. So let me go to Hair by F&K Style Slay. So in Fort Worth, Texas. So, she been posting a lot. I love it. Come on, girl, with the tea, honey. So we gonna get into her and we gonna get into Farrah messy, funky ass, okay? Y'all heard me. Messy, funky ass. That girl showed up in there with that goddamn hair like she did. And when she came up in there with that hair like that, I said, that girl didn't have to work on your hair. Hold on. We finna get into it. Let me get my stuff straight on here. Because I ain't want to open it up too much because it's been acting a little funny. Let me go to Ellie B. Ellie B be on it. I love this for her. I love this for everyone involved because we finna get into this trash box. Farrah has been a misfit of trash for a very long time. Baby, she had a bird nest on her head and that girl did not have to fix it. Let's get into the tea because that shit pissed me off. First of all, hairstylists don't work for free. So it's a young lady named Effie Slade here in Fort Worth. Well, I'm not in that area of Texas, but here in Texas, she's located in Fort Worth. A lot of the hairstylists is in Dallas to Fort Worth that do, hair, great hair. And we finna get into it. So she was sitting here doing the girl hair, right? She came in. People told her not to do the hair. She said she came in with K-tips, bonding, and any type of extensions. And she came in and she was like, she was happy she did Farrah hair. People were telling her not to do Farrah hair, don't do promo with her. She don't like to pay. Now, this is what Farrah hair looked like, a hot damn mess. And she said she'll never do it again. She said it with and you know, she had got sent home with the proper at home care. It was improper. Her hair was damaged looking and everything. Let me see if y'all can hear her. You can't hear her. So then she did her hair. She say if you Farrah Abraham asks you to do her hair, don't do it. I promise it's not worth it. Farrah Abraham left without paying and blocked me before the collab. She agreed to do. She posted pictures and not giving credit like she agreed to, right? So look at this damn hot mess, y'all. Look at this shit. But I'm a girl's girl. That's what she said, right? She said she's a girl's girl and she needed to slay for Sophie's prom, which Sophie prom was that weekend. So she's sitting here getting it together, combing it through, doing her job, doing whatever. Yeah, she wanted, you know, fixing it all up and stuff. She wanted to be Kim so bad. Fixing it all up and everything, bleaching it and all. You know, you can see the K-tips are not right. She's trying to fix it. She's getting the color together. She's doing an absolutely wonderful job, right? And guess what? The transformation. Look how good she done fix that girl hair up. But she supposed to be running for something due in Texas. Y'all don't vote for this heifer. So then, let me pause. So the girl said she wanted to tell her story. So,
Hi, it's me. My name is Slay from Hair by Fucking Slay. If y'all want a story time on what it was like to do Farrah Abraham's hair as the hairstylist that's just rude and disrespectful and didn't get paid for her services, yeah, let me know and I'll do a story time.
Okay.
Or something. So the actual hairstylist who was supposed to be quote unquote a blonde specialist who I actually knew off and on for years, she like totally fucked up my hair the last 2 times she did it. And then had zero remorse or something. So the actual hairstylist who was supposed to be quote unquote a blonde specialist who I actually knew off and on for years, she like totally fucked up my hair the last 2 times she did it. And then had zero.
She sure did get her hair done for free, and she didn't pay, and she didn't follow through with her collaboration. Let's get into it. So I wake up this morning, I see this like thing on Instagram from Hair by FK Slay, and how never do this one's hair because she won't follow through with her collaboration. She won't pay. She'll be late. She'll be rude.
We're gonna go to the YouTube and I'm gonna look up. This gonna be a little lengthy live today, y'all, because the interview was over an hour. Ellie B did a interview with the girl. So we're gonna go through, because when I tell you what she did to Caitlyn from Teen Mom and 16 and Pregnant Farrah, y'all finna be really pissed off.
You know, send nasty messages.
Okay.
I just think that this one thrives in chaos. So this is perfect for her. She probably came up with this herself, or she just is an a-hole that happens to, you know, love to use people for hair. I just went through the comments of this other girl, Hair by FK Slay, and like people are like, one time I did her hair, and then a week later she was like, it's purple, you have to fix it. And it turns out this one put a gloss on her own head. Okay. I'm tired of these people with dog hair that want to have ashy blonde hair that don't understand what happens once you have ashy blonde hair. I have ashy blonde hair, and some days it looks brown and brassy, and some days it looks ashy. Okay, there's nothing I can do. But I am currently talking, well, I've contacted the girl that this happened to, and I want to hear more of her side of the story. But if you go look at her Instagram, Hair by FK Slay, and other people, everyone's already reported on this. I'm late to the party. But yeah, I'm this one. And it's so funny that this is, oh God. She sure did get her hair done for free, and she didn't pay, and she didn't follow through with her collaboration. Let's get into it. So I wake up this morning, I see this like thing on Instagram from Hair by
So, child, she went in like, so then she get a cease and desist, right? So it says, good afternoon, and they said her name. Attaches a formal Cecil, what it is? Formal Cecil desist and notice on the behalf of Farrah, Abraham, and Kate in Productions Media Group. Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that? Excuse my French. Regarding a recent public statement and post, please review it immediately and respond in writing confirming removal of the dispute content and cessation of the if any further public commentary or dissemination of private contact information. Please note that Farrah did not send payment as she had decided not to move forward with the collaboration. She's still supposed to pay for a service that was given to her. She's still supposed to pay for a service. Okay? I wouldn't remove a goddamn thing. Okay? This is your first and final warning. Everything is explained in the attached letter. Failure to comply may result in legal and criminal actions. Oh, so scared. And here it is, threatening or causing harm by speaking publicly. She's what? Tell your client to pay her money, honey. Tell your client to pay her money. The hell? Child, Farrah and Farrah and Sophia names are tagged and all this and that. Girl, somebody says her lawyer GPT, probably so. Child, and they put all this Instagram information. So this is what she showed. She said, I'll send videos. Now, this is what Farrah said. I'll send videos of current hair so you can plan. If you know a hair beauty for straight black hair for Sophia, 24-inch clip-ins for Sophia, I can just buy from you. I was looking at hair in Houston. Keep me posted. See you Thursday for sure on content. Make the most of it with your signature stuff people love. Okay. So that was the hold on. YouTube got some problems with the StreamYard. And it was supposed to be $170. That's what she told her. Now that's a good deal for the both of them with some tape-ins, clip-ins, whatever, right? Okay. So this is what she had to say, Chad.
Not me coming in with a nest. But y'all want the details. What do y'all want to know? Everything's all facts. You can find the live that we did last night on YouTube at LB, so it's at ELLEBEE_official has the live stream that we did last night for like an hour and a half. She has it up on her YouTube channel. Y'all go check it out. Hopefully that can answer all questions. But I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm so grateful for the amount of support that I've gotten for this. I have to say thank you to Caitlin and Tyler for everything that they've done and everybody who supported me in this. Thank you. Not me coming in with a nest. So I explain in this little caption that this 170 payment that she sent me is not for the services that I did. It was not for the collab. It was, hey, I can't find any extensions. Can you grab me some extensions? If you can find some, I'll pay you when I get there. And I have the text messages. If y'all go watch the live, it says that right there. I don't know how to change the green screen. But I guess I'll post it on my story. But she agrees, she asks me to go find 24-inch clip-in extensions for Sophia in a matter of days. And so I found it, and that's how much they cost. And she paid me 1 penny more and didn't even bother to cover tax. So hopefully that clears up her payment. She didn't pay for anything. She paid for the extension she asked me to go find, but that's not part of the collab. That's not part of the marketing. That's not part of paying for your service. So I think we could try again on that one. So I explain in this little
A widow ain't a word. Girl, no, Sophia ain't home too.
We should get all that over there.
What, the mess?
Yeah.
I told her earlier, I was like, now this is what I mean when I tell my
I'll
clients
take
to
a
make
small
themselves at home
claim
and they
part
just don't
too.
do it.
Go all in.
She's taking business.
A video with an opinion. So any comments on that are separate. Those are those people. You couldn't even say you incited that really, unless you were like specifically on the.
Now, here comes Tyler. We love a supportive king. Now I'm gonna tell you how Caitlyn and Tyler got into this, and how this girl don't threaten to call, and she called CPS on Tyler and Caitlyn, y'all. We finna get into it after this.
A video like, hey guys, we need to get this going or something or another. You just said, hey, don't do Farrah's hair. That's me. I wouldn't do it. Don't do it if I were you. And here are the reasons why. I don't know. Everything seems well within your right to do. I don't know what you're supposed to. Where's the defaming part? Where's the part where you're trying to like trash who she is? You didn't say anything about her hair, like in a way that was like you were saying stuff about her hair as a hairstylist. Like go back through your stuff where you do the befores and see if it's like working with a little bit of ooh today. This wasn't the best before, but we made it work. And you'll say that and straight up like the client doesn't. Because they understand what the business is. The business is at the end of the day, you're marketing this hair and you've done from this to this. So it's not like you're not making fun of their hair. I think you're actually being relatable, saying, hey, other people come in with this kind of hair, you can have this transformation. I think it actually makes a lot of people feel comfortable to see people maybe come in with not the best looking hair, to an extent. But then you have Farrah, and now it's easy to dog on that person because she's just a garbage person. You know what I mean? So you're doing like your job to the. I mean, I don't know. That's what you're supposed to be doing. I took a before picture of her hair. It's not my fault she made it look like this. It just isn't. It's just not my fault. Nor is it my problem. It is my problem in terms of this next part where I show you what I did to it to make it look good. Because that's what she was not paying me for, but that's what she was collabing with me for. Was to make her hair look good. How would you know how good it looked if you didn't see it before?
Yeah, she did. She posted on IG. I'm gonna get into that because
It's like,
I didn't like it. Was to call CPS. It's crazy.
Okay, so I really don't even know where to begin or where to pick up on all this. There's so many things that
And Caitlyn said, you never once defamed her. You only spoke and shared the truth. She, Farrah, literally has no case.
I have to clear up, but I feel like at the same time, everybody kind of gets it. Everybody knows what's happening. But this is quickly turning into, like my husband said, Uno reverse card, a defamation suit that I might have to follow on her. So there's a lot of people recommending that I start a GoFundMe, and y'all can tell I'm a little traumatized. I'm a little scared. Like I've never been this exposed to the internet. I've never had everybody just analyzing everything that I say, and just the whole situation is a lot. It's a lot. So I kind of want to know if I start a GoFundMe, if that's something like, or y'all, nobody turn against me, please. I need support to fight fair.
So people was like, hell yeah, they'll help her. Hell yeah. So now that we're into that, let's see. When she found out and got word that they were going to help her, here come Little Miss Muffin Puff. Okay, so I'm feeling flying to come visit the Ish Street and these sea heads live on. And then she said during the interview, so we're gonna talk about the stylist. We're gonna go watch that interview, but she said that this hairstylist was getting help, in Venmo payments from Caitlyn and Tyler while she was doing the live and stuff, and Farrah got word on it, and that's what she posted in her thing. And then she say, I'd happily give CPS a tour of my home. So she called and said, hey, she called CPS and they came out with a statement. This is the statement. Now, while she got word that they were helping and she was threatening to show up at people's house and do stuff to people because she feel like she live in the state of Texas and she thinks she can do, well, she's really a dummy and she can't do. So let's get into it. She said, I happily give CPS a tour of my home, no problem. This is what Caitlyn said, y'all. But to threaten to come to my Seahead Street and pew me while simultaneously saying I am the one with the mental illness is about as hypocritical as it gets. It may even be worse than to try and weaponize a service meant to protect children just because some personal vendetta towards another person. But what makes it completely abhorrent is when that vendetta is simply because someone wanted to pay off a debt that they refuse to take responsibility for and pay themselves. I've said it before and I'll say it again. When it comes to public figures, I think they have a profound responsibility to graciously go above and beyond when it comes to dealing with any service provider, because they should always be aware and humble enough to recognize their privilege in these types of situations and deals. They should always honor and uplift the one who may not share their privilege, and they should absolutely never abuse it. This is more than just a simple bad deal. This is about human decency. This is about justice for the inadequates between unchecked privilege and hardworking, kind people who just want what's owed to them. I think it's more than just a simple lack of understanding or miscommunication. She could have easily fixed this and made it right, but instead, she doubled down with her superiority and put complex and hurt people in the process. To care about Farrah's opinions of me, I would first need to value her beliefs, morals, or ethics, and none of those things that she possesses them worthy of value in my opinion. I simply just wanted to help the person she wronged, and that was my one goal, my only goal, and all that matters to me. I hope Farrah can learn to be kinder and practice more humility in the future, right? So that happened. So then we talk about the cease and desist, and then this is what she had to say.
That she's called CPS on Caitlyn and Tyler. Then she threatened to pull up on their street, and now they're responding. So let's get into this because it's wild. This whole situation actually started because of the hairstylist drama involving Farrah. And if you didn't see that, basically Farrah didn't hold up her end of a collab deal with a hairstylist. Caitlyn and Tyler, they stepped in to support the stylist, even helping her financially and speaking out publicly saying that she did not deserve to be treated the way that Farrah treated her. Well, Farrah caught wind of this and she went off on her IG stories. Now, I'm not going to read everything word for word, but I'm going to give you the rundown of what she said.
So it says, Tyler and Caitlyn, Child Protective Services has been called and reported for your abusive, hateful, child development, threatening engagement behaviors. Says the woman that let her child get tattoos in her face. All proof is on your podcast. I'm sorry you're jealous. You couldn't take Carly to prom, and I'm taking Sophia.
Now, Farrah claims that she's called CPS on Caitlyn and Tyler, accusing them of abusive behavior and saying the proof of this behavior is on their podcast. She also took a very personal shot at them, saying that they're jealous that they could not take Carly to prom. And she says she is grateful that Carly has nothing to do with her trash birth parents. What a witch. Like, holy crap. Then it escalates even more. Farrah says that Caitlyn and Tyler suffer from hatred and mental illness. She calls them broke and says that karma is going to make them cry in 2026. And if that wasn't enough, she also made a post saying that she was ready to pull up on their street, and she ended that post with 3 little pew-pew emojis. Now, Tyler did respond, and again, I'm summarizing here, but Tyler basically said that he would gladly welcome CPS into their home, no problem. But he pointed out how hypocritical it is to threaten someone while calling them mentally unstable. He also said what really crossed the line was weaponizing CPS, especially over a personal vendetta. And he made it clear the only reason that they got involved was to help someone that they felt was wrong. Honestly, that's what makes this whole situation like so wild. Because at the end of the day, Caitlyn and Tyler were just trying to help someone that Farrah didn't pay or even promote after all the work that Slay, the hairstylist, put in. So to turn around and weaponize CPS over something like that, like, it's just ridiculous. CPS is
Tyler, all you got to do is sit here and say she was a porn star. Anyway, so Farrah posts official press statement. Farrah, it says Farrah is aware of the recent online posts, videos, and public commentary surrounding the dispute with a former hairstylist. I'm not gonna read all that. We're just gonna break it down. Regarding the providing of her daughter's Farrah prom glam session, the claims were alleged non-payment and professional conduct on Farrah's part, entirely false, misleading, and deeply unprofessional. Farrah decided, a part and that is false and unprofessional. Farrah decided to terminate the collaboration after hairstylist began threatening her. Girl, please, Farrah. I'm starting to believe that you lying about your mama abusing you is a lie, honey. It is a lie. She promptly sent full payment and blocked further contact to protect herself and the family. Girl, did she say former cast members are teaming up and had nothing else? This sounds like her. Have them nothing else going on in their life. This is how they're how the show has not been renewed for another season, and they constantly do things that Farrah has done and copied. Farrah, ain't nobody see him become a corn star, girl. Please. What are you talking about? I ain't seen him in no adult entertainment, girl. And please don't come out here talking about she's making a lie. I will pull it up. With no new seasons on the horizon, this former team mom co-star, desperate for attention, recycling Farrah's past antics and drama for relevancy. The pattern of girl, shut the hell up. Anyway, I'm not reading all that. Busy, not with trash hairdressers. We like and refer only. Professional who act appropriately to customers, and there's no collab. Hairstylists who can't do collabs do not know how to run businesses, as we are all aware. Girl, plenty of hairstylists do collabs. Girl, shut up. Yeah, in an escort. She was. Marketing is a business, and I'm kind and sometimes collab to not charge them. Only idiot hairdressers who do not know marketing commitment for clout right now, enjoying being broke-minded and messing up hair. I do not need hair services, and I do not get free marketing without consent. This is marketing and looks like an invoice for these many impressions is being billed by the hairdresser who sabotages her own opportunity of collaboration, but not providing professional services promised. Okay, so she want to put this out there, child. My legal team cannot wait to recover the money owed to me from the hairstylist. Who thought clout chasing was cheaper than being a normal celeb collab? Such to be unprofessional and deceiving. $6, $2.12, $11, $13, $45. Estimated 54,600, 28,392. All the money, yeah. Ciao. So then, let's get to this health of goddamn faith. Child, she need to come get her. Do something. We about time. So let's get to this health of social media. So y'all know she trying to run for District 5, right? Here in the state of Texas, right? And she want to do prom and all this and that. So let's get to her story. Girl, Austin ain't gonna love you after this. So she put this, Queen. It is such a pleasure to show having a pleasure to having a chance to guide the American Queen. Lipsticks best in the business and can change your beauty business. Someone said trashy hairdressers like this ruin the industry and make us all look professional. It's sad, but the cease and desist is sent and stay about great business practices as a traveling hair model with Red Ken and RUT is disturbing. Whoop, there it is. So she did a whole thing. I was trying to find it. Teen mom Farrah accused, she's starting to share this, of skipping payment at the hair salon, breaking down the drama. So it says the trash hairdresser did not get, why is it showing his name? Paying for the hair we didn't use. A collab is free. And then acted ignorant and victim too. This is an example of mental illness. Oh, wait, you're still thinking I care about a clout chasing liar who shows no receipts. Ugh.
Oh, the runner-up, Harry. Fancy to meet you.
Yeah.
Is that your name?
That's me.
Maybe
That's
this
your
is a
name.
show.
Maybe this is a show.
All y'all look like stuff.
So she's playing Bad Barbie. Tyler and Caitlin, I know you're suffering from hatred and mental illness. You broke but tip a narcissist trash hairstylist on her fake TikTok live when she was paid on a free collab because you both are narcissists. I do feel deeply sorry for your children. Go waste money on your kids. Not a paid trashy hairdresser. Stop engaging when you need to get a job because you're broke without work and should learn child development. Karma is going to make you cry in 2026. A narcissist wants to convince you that your reactions to their actions are the problem, when in fact, without their actions, there would be no reaction. Tyler and Caitlin, Child Protective Services have been called and reported for your abusive, hateful child development. Okay, remember I read that. All the proof is on your podcast, and I'm sure you're jealous because you couldn't take Carly to prom, and I'm grateful she has nothing to do with her trash birth parents abusing her, siblings that live with you for now. Narcissistic gaslighting abuse is the worst abuse on our planet. Stop joining and converting and hating and abuse, and we won't have further issues with child safety. CPS Child Protective Services, thank you for your attention in this an urgent and critical matter. Child, I'm about sick of this whole.
Losers take things that happen to them and that they feel inside this.
I'm not. A real professional who did a collab that the poor me stylist said she would. She looked beautiful. You're an amazing mama. She's incredible. Hold on, wait. Incredibly blessed to have you. I hope you had the best time. Get him, Farrah. Yes, queen. Child, she is upset. She used you for clout. I'm sorry she's doing this to you.
A difficult person in your life, they might be doing more than just stressing you
I'm
out. They could
younger than them all. Girl, Farrah, no the hell you don't. That's Botox. Drita, so she's talking about Drita, House of Losers. Will fight the whole world if she has to. The show has zeros rating and zero respect for talent, and talent is underpaid. What a joke. Before, once use of my hair mask. What hair mask?
Against the world, shaking ass in the parking lot. If we get arrested,
girl, you said that girl fried and dyed your hair, girl. Girl, I know you lie. Girl, you said that girl messed up your hair. She did.
So pretty. Yes, girl.
Thank you, ladies.
Leave it to Tyler to insert. What did it say? Leave it to Tyler to insert his philosophical mumbo jumbo into any and everything that doesn't have that he doesn't even have been involved. Why is Tyler inserting himself in a situation? The focus on my daughter's prom, as it should be. Not all these jealous adults who wish they were my daughter. I don't think nobody. Then she posted this. What you want? Child. But then you got an OnlyFans. I want to thank all the haters for the attention that made me this in 2 hours. Again, don't waste my time of energy. Out, every insane hairstylist believe. I bet this woman hater wants new clients. Stop. Woman, stop paying haters who are trash. You're not how you know she paid her? You're not a professional if you hate on your customers. Thank you. Please, I note response on my folio. Child. Farrah full of shit. Farrah full of shit. Farrah, you doing all this arguing.
What do you think about this?
But let's not get running for District 5. District 5 don't give a fuck about none of this. Austin, Texas don't give a fuck that you can do collabs. Austin, Texas don't give a damn about that. We got enough shit going on in Texas. So why do you feel, girl, please sit down. And I hope nobody vote for you, girl. Like, for real, you're trash. You are trash. 4 million women's are only, 4 million women are only on OnlyFans. Oh my God. Society is doomed. But no one talks about the 240 million men paying for it. Everyone just to supply and no one questioned the demand. Child. I wasn't going to say anything, but I think it's important to speak from actual experience. I worked with her multiple times. Live television, red carpet, press day, and every single experience has been smooth, professional, and genuinely enjoyable. Always prompt, respectful, and collaborative actions the board. I also think it's worth saying, not every stylist is meant to work with a celebrity. Sorry, I gotta read it, y'all. Celebrity clientele, and everyone fully understands what true collaboration at this level requires, and that's okay. But when it comes to business, timelines, expectations, and professionalism have to be met on both sides. There's no room for confusion here. Not every situation translates the same for everyone, and not every environment is the right fit for every artist. But I always stand by what I've personally experienced. It has been nothing but positive. Keep growing, keep learning, and stay ready for the rooms you say you want to be in. Mikey. Ciao. Child, they say she got a mental health crisis. Oh, Tyler is the sickest, predatory, and sexual pervert. Stop harassing. Hold on. Good parents who take care of children better than you. Stop targeting broken women to attract strong women better than you. Focus on a point. I will take you to court for harassing me further. Stop going out of your way. You are who you are. Hateful and a woman abuser, child stalker who to sister had babies with her, incest and then realized, yeah, she's taking a dig. I'm not reading that. She's disgusting.
Am I surprised by Gary acting like a hero? I let you do my hair, but I don't have any. Gary, I just wanted to let you know, since you're inserting yourself, that someone did get paid. There's actually a picture proof of someone being paid for stuff that we didn't even use. And also, this was a collaboration. She has a full streamline of her reaching out to me in IG messages, knowing exactly what a collaboration is. To feel sorry for someone who created their mess.
Now she bothering
Blind
Gary.
leading blind from the Teen Mom cast. It's really actually sad that people in their 30s, about to be 40s, are this decrepit.
Farrah, the lip is turning to the side, girl. You are the same age as everybody. What are you talking about? Are we age shaming? You look older than everybody, Farrah. Come on, girl. Please. 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 Farrah Abraham, let's go into your age. You are 34 years old from Omaha, Nebraska that moved to Texas.
It's really sad. I just got to say, this is why I have nothing to do with the castmates of Teen Mom OG to Teen Mom 100. I have nothing to do with it. And I hope we can all watch, I think it's April 20th or April 21st, Hollywood Demons, looking at the start and the beginning of 16 and pregnant to Teen Mom and the demons behind it. Since they're lashing out full view this week, woman hating woman.
Baby, they cash out. Oh my God. Yeah, she does.
Women abusing, making up things that are just not real because I guess they can't read or take in information that someone's been paid. Someone else.
Girl, you 34. You mad because they called you what they called you. When they find out you was sprinting it low and laying it wide, girl. When I find out, I say, she's doing what? Girl.
Really was taking advantage, which was her castmate, and two other women acted like professionals.
Why her lip like child. She paid these people to say this shit. You supposed to be running for District 5 looking like that? Get out of here. Girl, so we finna go to this interview. She's the problem. Shout out to LB, man. Okay, so let me see if I can a certain part. And she showed the text messages and everything. So we're gonna go to the middle. I'm not gonna play everything. Y'all can go over there. But yeah, she look a mess because we got another story to get into. Girl, please.
Preaching about content culture, which we haven't even tapped on that, girl.
Yeah.
Oh, she cried.
That was something that I wanted to make sure I talked about because I'm like, does Farrah even understand? Like,
you know, here she is getting something for free, and the work that you put into it, you didn't get to pick your baby up from daycare. You didn't get to put your baby to sleep. You didn't even get off work until midnight, and then you had to be back the next morning. You're dropping your baby off at 8 o'clock in the morning, not even getting to spend any time.
It's not just me. It's Cece too. It's Kelsey too.
All the girls that were a part of this, all that they put into it.
We chose to be gone. That's on us. We
You
chose
at least
to
get some
be gone.
appreciation from it, you know, and like some acknowledgement from it. And for her to do that is just, that's wild. For her to be like, oh, because you were rude, I'm not going to tag you. This was your salon. This was, you brought in the other girls, and for her to not tag, and this is
up to me, and I organized this team and got this in. I got this together. I put so much effort into this.
Right.
I mean, ask ChatGPT. It'll tell you, hey, what am I doing about this? What's my schedule going to be? How should I plan this? Help me organize this so I can make the most of it.
right. And then she wanted me to give you a thank you, like nothing. That's insanity. We're gonna go over.
Tell them how she made money in my chair.
Do what?
We could tell them how she made money in my chair.
We can talk about that. So one thing that you guys, that if you follow Teen Mom and if you follow Farrah, we've talked about like Farrah's different business ventures, her streams of revenue. I know a while back I talked about how she was doing this thing where like she would send you a picture of her butt and she would charge you like $50. Like I remember back then it would be like a phone call and she would charge phone calls. Well, apparently she is still doing that. She is still charging. If you want to call.
Hey, now listen, District 5 in the Austin state of Texas do not need another person that's going to come out here and have an X scandal, because Farrah is a walking X scandal. We don't need that. The fake boobs and all of that, and paying for soliciting again that she is still doing. We do not need that. So I don't know why she's running for Austin for anything. I don't even think she'll be a candidate to be picked. So I think she need to find her something else that's cookie cutter, for real.
From Farrah, you can absolutely get on the phone with Farrah for 5 minutes and she charges you like $40, something like that.
It's you pay per minute, and in the span of 5 minutes, without consent, she hit the little button that says online now, didn't talk to us about it. The subject was not on it.
What?
Yeah, I remember it coming out of nowhere.
But she
turned on her online now because she said you have to do it once a day. So then she received 2 FaceTime calls back to back, both of which had the camera off, and neither me or Cece knew what was happening. Kelsey didn't know what was happening, but she answered the phone and was like, "Oh my God, hi," and put on a show. And it's pay per minute. She only went on for 5 minutes and made $80 in my chair and didn't pay me. And she talked about consent culture, but never once asked a victim of assault if she wanted to be on that website, if I wanted to be seen by those men. She doesn't know my history. She doesn't know Cece's history. She doesn't know. What if I don't? That part really got me. That part to me was so out of pocket. Everything else, but then that me and Cece were looking at each other like, what is going on?
Right. I mean,
these men were talking to us.
The man was it anything sexual, or were they just like having like conversations, or what?
It was, she was like, I'm not gonna say his name, but she kept saying like a name over and over, like, I don't know, let's say Jonathan. She's like, "Oh, Jonathan, do you like, I'm getting my hair done. Do you like that I'm doing this? Jonathan, everybody, this is my husband, Jonathan. We have 2 kids together." And then that person on the other end, both of them were like, "I wasn't expecting you to be getting your hair done."
Wow.
So not only did she rip me off, she ripped off 2 other people.
So she's role playing with these guys while sitting in the salon chair, showing you guys, like, here's the girls doing
the camera around. There's family photos on the wall.
Yeah, that's weird. That's definitely.
And I get it. You're recording in a public place, but you're recording that in a public place with your 17-year-old daughter, one studio suite away in the waiting room, like not even like a 15 feet away in the waiting room with the doors open.
Which I feel like more than likely her daughter is used to hearing her mom do this. Like I could be wrong, but I feel like Bear probably takes these calls probably right there with her daughter, and her daughter knows this is like one of mom's forms of incomes, and it's like a normal thing, probably. Not that it's okay, but I do feel like you're in a business, you're performing a service for her. If she's going to take a call like that, she could at least be like, "Hey guys, I'm going to take a call. It's a business call, and it's going to be kind of weird, but are y'all okay with that? And I won't show you guys on camera. Are you okay if I show you guys on camera?" Like if she wanted
was preaching consent culture in our chair. That's like why I'm hitting that part so hard, is because she was really acting like an advocate.
Yeah, she's a big advocate, or she says she's a big advocate on consent culture. So a lot of people in the chat are asking, like, are you going to press charges? I think you could take her to court civilly. I'm not sure how this would work. I think you could sue her.
Yeah, I talked to somebody, and there is no way I could do felony theft of services because it is over $2,500, and where I'm at, I guess that's the limit. But I really don't know how you can run for mayor if you're also being charged with a felony.
Yeah, I don't know much about it. I mean, I know it would be probably like theft of services. I just don't know what all that entails. I don't know with her being in a different state, how that works.
She's in the same state.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She's just in, because y'all are both in Texas. She's in Austin and you're in Austin. That's right.
I talked to somebody today, and there's definitely a way.
Okay. I would imagine. It makes me feel like, though, she definitely saw you oh, T-Mon fan here. Oh, she does hair. Oh, I need Sophia's hair done. I could probably reach out to her. She'll probably do it for free.
And I have the screenshots saying oh, I'm not going to tag her. Yeah. And then I have screenshots of the messages saying marketing collab. Even if I was under the impression of it being free, she didn't do her end of the deal.
Yeah. So they do have text messages where they did say at minimum she would tag them and share all the posts, tag them, and she didn't do that. And then she said she wasn't going to, and that's all posted. She said, "Oh, I'm not going to."
After the 12 hours, after missing my child, after I paid for the extensions and the gift bag, and she's late, and I keep seeing comments come in about why didn't I do the extensions before coloring, and it's just. That girl was a mess. She was late. The whole thing, the game plan was she was coming to slay for her blonde. People come to slay for their blonde. And in one of her videos from showing me the top of her hair, before we ever even met, she even said, "You're amazing blonding. We were focused on the blonde. The extensions weren't my job. They weren't my thing. It was sure move that if you want or work around them." And I worked around them.
Yeah, and you said you made that clear to her, and you made it clear when you came on that extensions are not yes, you know how to do them, but it's not.
Either way, if I spent the extra 12 hours to do extensions on top of the work that I did, I wasn't going to get paid for it. So I'm glad I didn't.
Right, absolutely. You want me to continue? We'll continue playing the messages because you see in these messages where it kind of went south, and I think somebody said, seems like you should have made a contract. Which, yeah, no, going forward now you're if anything.
Yeah, I definitely admit, I should have had that. It was kind of just being starstruck and kind of getting Farrah in my chair was already a good thing. But already I knew in writing, she had told me she was going to do the collab and it was going to be great marketing for my business. And so I already kind of had that in my pocket. And then there's the power dynamic of Farrah Abraham. She knows I'm a fan, so I'm not in the back of my mind thinking I'm getting scammed. I'm naive. Yeah, I understand that. But at the same time, the person with money, but then also the McDonald's thing, girl. We're not even done.
Oh my goodness, yes, we're not even done. We'll continue because the McDonald's things is coming up.
Yeah, commercial break.
Okay, so we'll continue with the messages because this is a clip that Farrah had while getting her hair done. So let's keep going.
Mama's busy. She's pulling it down. Let's go.
fucking flick. Let's go, Gloria. Say what? She's gonna beat this fucking thing. Woo!
So there's the little video that she took. You said, I love that. Farrah said, still waiting on all social tags. Kelsey
Which
sent
she
her-
had our social tags. We had already like sent them over on WhatsApp, and so she's just not looking.
Okay, so she already had them, but I guess she wanted them on here. So y'all went ahead and sent them again, though. You went ahead and sent them.
She had them on messages or whatever.
Wow.
You said, thank you, girl. And then here's a little video of Sophia's.
Sophia looked just dead
Hopefully that
inside.
will play on this one.
Oh yeah, I accidentally like went over. Oh yeah.
Sophia,
that's the McDonald's girl.
Oh, okay. Let me back up really quickly because Farrah then sends on Saturday, he says, thought of y'all. And
This is a whole like we got crickets. Like Friday, Thursday we did the hair. Friday, Kelsey sent over those pictures right there. Saturday, everything's quiet. 6:39 p.m. She says, thought of y'all. Well, why'd you think of us? And then I click on this link right here, and it's a link to join the McDonald's ambassador program.
No, she didn't.
Meaning that if I were to post for McDonald's, I could receive monthly. I could receive I could receive a $100 McDonald's gift card to spend at McDonald's.
What?
Y'all tell me what she's saying with that.
So the girls are kind of like, what is going on here? Like, why is she sending us
out of nowhere? Brand ambassador program for McDonald's. I said, let's see. Here, scroll and get through this.
So then Slay said,
can I ask why? LOL. Not sure when we mentioned the McDonald's ambassador program. And then I waited like a couple minutes and I was like, maybe the wrong group. And she said, you might love it for your kids and it's in your area.
What?
You're just calling us brokies. You're just calling us a broke to our face. You're saying go get your chicken nuggets.
The all-new Pixel 10a is here.
Girl,
Join Google Fi
like,
Wireless
what?
and get it on us. With Gemini on Google Pixel 10a, your phone is more helpful than ever.
Hold on,
Plus,
y'all.
Camera Coach helps you snap beautiful.
It is working extra slow.
So yeah, here's the thing. If she would have paid you guys for the service and then sent these sometime later, I'm like, hey, thought about these for the kids, then I might take it.
I would have been so confused.
Yeah, I mean,
I was like, to send somebody a McDonald's affiliate link. Like, I'm not going to be a McDonald's brand ambassador. What are you? I saw her posting that. Maybe it's real. I saw her posting that Saha Boys meal the other day. Maybe she got her coupons.
What?
Oh, I wonder if she does it.
I don't know. Y'all check out. See if she's checking in for her monthly gift card.
So yeah, she said you might love it for your kids and it's in your area. And then she says, I don't send things to the wrong groups.
I had that one.
Yeah, and you laughed at it because everybody makes mistakes. I mean, nobody's perfect. Everybody's going to make mistakes here and there.
The girls messaged me in a private group saying, hey, I'm glad that you called her out on that because what the heck?
Right. The girls were like, and you sent me that message too, where the girls were like, what is that? Like, what is going on here?
Yeah. And here in a second, we're about to get to the part where I did make one of my teammates kind of like upset. Like I mentioned her. She messaged me and was like, I never really liked her anyway, but I just wanted to do her makeup. And that was in the midst of us texting back and forth. So that response after she's like, I don't send it to wrong groups, whatever. Let's see, where did it go?
So,
I think it's later. I think I jumped ahead, but I did want to apologize for like getting everybody so wrapped up in this that it brings them down. Like I don't want the makeup artist to be brought down by this. And I don't think that any of us will be because we can all see the character that's behind this, right? But it's just so shocking and I hate that it's affecting everybody so much.
right, absolutely. I mean, I guess at minimum, at least they got like tagged. That was literally bare minimum she could do was to tag them, to not even post videos.
That she didn't tag me.
Yeah, she didn't tag you though. The owner of the shop, you're the one that brought everybody in. She tagged you. Caitlin asked, how much money did you lose? Over $2,000, like minimum over $2,000. That's just doing Farrah and Sophia's hair. That's not including, I mean, she was there for over 12 hours. And she was there in her salon. Slay was there from 9:30 that morning until midnight. She packed a goodie bag with like really good hair care products in it. What's the total though? Just my hair is about 3,000. I don't know. Slay says she didn't calculate it, like she didn't put the total together. Maybe that's a total you could give me at some point where you can kind of figure it all up.
Yeah, just for services. I mean, it was 12-hour session for Farrah. That's $125 an hour, and then we did Sophia's hair.
So just for services.
Just for services, yeah. Not for the goodie bag, not for the extra time spent, not for the clients that I lost. I'm not taking that day. You know, like everything.
I mean, having your hair done is expensive, but there's a lot that goes into it. So
much to think about that happened with this situation. It's like I can't even keep my thoughts straight about it. It's like my head is spinning with everything that happened and then how much I had to spend. And then I haven't even come down from the shock of this. So knowing what I have to think about, I already have enough anxiety. And it's like, oh crap, I have to think about this, because if I do charges, I do have to have it really ready. If I do charges.
And I mean, you'll definitely have to figure out like, you know, a total of.
All right, you guys, y'all gonna catch her live that she did the interview. I don't want to play too much. I want y'all to go over there, but I do want to get into this one story that I saw a couple of, like yesterday, not a couple of days ago. So this mom named Melanie, she said her husband left her for her daughter. I hope that girl get her money though. Farrah jackass. I'm about sick of her. So it's this lady named Melanie, right? And she came on here and she said that her husband left her for her daughter. Her husband left her for her daughter. Let me find it. So we're going to play it. And the daughter said, she lied.
I guess this will be story time part 1. I am going to preface this video by telling you that I'm going to reveal some embarrassing information that happened to me, and everything that I'm about to tell you is my experience. This is what happened to me. So I'm going to start at the beginning, and that's why this is going to be a long video, because this is a year that this went on. So we have to go all the way back to June, July of 2024. My husband and I were laying in bed one night, and he just out of the blue said to me, I don't think I can, I'm worried that I'm going to hurt myself because I'm crumbling under the financial pressure of this relationship. And I said, what do you mean? You know, he paid all the bills. I had my own business, and all the money that I made went into buying groceries and to growing my business. Okay. He paid all the bills. So we had separate bank accounts. Yeah. We lived in a home together that we purchased with my mom. She put in $251,000 cash as a down payment on our home. We put in like $38,000, I think, when we bought it together.
I'm glad.
When my mom passed away, I inherited her portion of our home. Okay, so I just want to preface that in this video. So we're laying in bed. He tells me this. He tells me that we're in debt. Oh. And he's maxed out all of our credit cards. and he's maxed out our home equity line of credit, which was $50,000. And I had no idea what he had maxed out the home equity line of credit because, like I said, we had separate bank accounts. All the bills were in his name. So he took care of all the financial stuff. All my money went towards my business and home expenses as far as things around the house. So I'm mortified. I don't know how to fix the situation. So in my mind, I'm like, you know, I'm not mad about the money. I'm thinking, how can I fix this? How can I save my husband if he's thinking about hurting himself? So fast forward to August, and I get a phone call from my daughter, and she asks me if I'll fly out to Virginia. We were living in Idaho at the time. If I would fly out to Virginia to help paint her house. She had acquired a home from her dad when he passed away, and it got picked up on a television show. And they were doing a, 30-minute series on her home, the renovation of it. It's on the Magnolia Network. They had a deadline. She called me up and she said, would you come out and paint? I need help painting. We're not going to get the house done in time for the taping. Please, will you come out and help me? So the next day I got on a plane and I flew to Virginia. And for 2 weeks, I stayed at my daughter's house and I painted the whole entire home. 3 floors, doors, all the stuff, trim, like everything that they needed me to do. On the day that they were taping the show, I was still painting. Like I was painting from 6 o'clock in the morning until 11 o'clock at night some days, just me by myself. So I save the day, we do the taping. While I'm there, I'm telling my daughter about what my husband had shared with me about the money and how he's concerned about harming himself. Well, she had just acquired this house and this huge house. Now she's got a mortgage payment. So she says, why don't you guys come live with me and my boyfriend? They were living in the house together. Why don't you come live with us and I can get your husband a job at the place where I work and you guys can live with us for a little while, pay off your debt, and then you can buy a house here or whatever. Well, I wanted to do that. That sounded like an amazing idea. And so I went home, I talked to my husband about it, and he was like, no, absolutely not at first. So then I convinced him to, at least talk to the guy, talk to the owner of the company. So he talks to the owner of the company. Okay. And the company is a home construction company. And there's 4 employees at this place. And my daughter's one of the employees. Okay. So it's super small. And oh, by the way, I want to preface this video by letting you know.
My husband leaving her because I'm sure she was draining his accounts as well. I don't know. We're going to see.
That while we were living in Idaho and for 7 years that we were living there, my husband worked for my brother's company. That's been in my family my whole life. My grandfather started it. So he was working for my family business when we left, moved to Virginia and started staying with my daughter.
But I kind of see that though, because the daughter did say she was lying. So I'm going to play this and then I'm going to get to the daughter.
So he takes the job interview on a Thursday. And on Friday, the guy offers him the job. On Sunday, he's on a plane to Virginia to stay with my daughter and to start his new job. I stay behind in Idaho for 8 weeks to sell all of our home, to put it on the market, to show it, to pack all of our everything up. Meanwhile, I'm still running my businesses. I have an art studio, I teach online, and I had a dog sitting business. So I was taking care of both my businesses, trying to wrap up our home and everything while he just picked up, went and started his new job and began living with my daughter and her boyfriend. So they're working at the same company. Okay. So for 8 weeks, I'm just living my life out in Idaho, like, thinking I'm getting ready to sell my dream home. I'm going to live with my daughter. We're going to travel. We're going to get to spend time with my kids. It's going to be amazing. And I'm so excited. So I get there, 8 weeks I spend packing up everything. His new job is going great, apparently, and I'm just super happy to get there. So I drive myself all the way across the U.S., pulling a U-Haul, me and my dog, with half of our stuff. And I leave the other half in our garage in Idaho.
He ain't. Hold on. So Hold on now. Yeah, all these businesses. Ma'am, what the hell? First of all, he would have started later if that's the case. What you mean you pulled across the, what do you mean? That's how we got to get to that nits and cranny right there. Because what the hell you mean? He didn't come with you? He didn't help you? This woman is allegedly claiming that her daughter slept with her husband and took the husband from the mother. Claiming her name is Melanie.
Get there, and I've been on the road for 4 days, mind you, okay? And they've known I'm coming for 2 weeks. And I get there with a tiny little U-Haul, expecting them to have a room cleared out for me to unpack my office so I can get to work. And they haven't even cleaned the room out. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to leave the stuff in the U-Haul till however long. Like, I've just driven cross country. I'm exhausted. They acted like they weren't even happy that I was there. So I argued with my daughter for 3 days about unpacking my stuff. And she's like, you need to paint that room before you can move in. I want this room painted and cleaned up before you move in your stuff. So I was like, okay. So I end up leaving all my stuff in the U-Haul. Basically, I unpack some stuff in around her house, and I'm forced to have to now paint this office before I can set up my stuff to work. Well, right out of the gate, things are weird. I'm being given the silent treatment. I can tell there's like this hostility from my daughter towards me. She's upset that I'm smoking cannabis, which is ridiculous because she smokes it and so does her boyfriend. The few times that she would talk to me, it would always be to complain either about something I was doing in the house, cleaning the floors wrong, using the wrong cleaning products, or something her boyfriend was doing. She hated that he lived there. She wished she could kick him out, but she needed his money because she got this giant house and now she's got like a $2,000 a month mortgage payment. She can't afford the house by herself. That's why we kind of were like, we can help her out. She can help us out.
So what are you saying?
Anyway, she constantly complained about her boyfriend because he drank too much. She hated that he drank. They were constantly fighting about the fact that he was drinking. Well, he hated his life because she was miserable to him. She didn't love him. She didn't want him there, but she knew she couldn't afford it without his money. So I'm going to go to part 2. I guess this will be story time part 1. I am going to preface this video by telling you that I'm going to reveal some embarrassing information that happened to me. Okay, so this is the part 2. So we are in roughly December. Christmas was lovely. My son, who is an adult, also came over, spent Christmas with us. It was amazing. Then in January, we got a phone call that our house in Idaho, while it was on the market, flooded. It had a flood. And before the realtor found out what was going on, they pumped out something like 55,000 gallons of water out of our house. It was a complete nightmare. And we were trying to deal with that from Virginia in Idaho. And my husband is a construction project manager. My ex-husband was. And he told me not to worry about anything. He would take care of all of the things that were involved with that. So fast forward to February, and my daughter still is just really hostile towards me. My husband is starting to become distant. They are constantly just like at the dinner table laughing with each other. But if I try to get in on the conversation, it was like you could immediately tell that I wasn't welcome in it. They were always talking about their job and laughing together. And it was like this real buddy club, but I wasn't included. So I had been asking my husband several times to please stop talking to my daughter about our marriage. He was basically using her to confide in for all of our problems. And because she had issues with me and wanted me to do things that I refused to do for her, as far as my life goes, you know, the two of them were at work during the day. They were texting each other. Then they were at work together during the day, could be talking about planning. Come to find out, they've been, for months before I even knew about this. I found out about this after the fact, that both of them had been smearing my name to my family, to my father, to my brothers, to my best friend, to people around town, just telling them that I was lazy, that I refused to get a job, that I maxed out all of his credit cards and I got him in all this financial debt and I'm addicted to drugs and all of this shit. The two of them were doing unbeknownst to me for months.
Hell no.
Before I found out about it.
I'm sorry.
So in February, I'm
not laughing at that. I'm just laughing at the fact that they threw the rugs in it. Yeah, they threw the rugs in it is what took me out. They threw the rugs in it.
Along with life, thinking, okay, well, my marriage is stressful, but it's because we're living in this environment. I kept telling my husband, we need to get out of here. We need to find a place to live. We were living on a tiny little island. There was no housing. Everything that we looked at, he kept telling me, no, we were looking at houses. This whole time we were looking at houses. And then at Christmas time, I have to back this one little step up, because at Christmas time, we got into a huge fight going to the airport to pick up his son, who was coming to stay with us for Christmas. And on the way there, I told my husband that if he didn't stop speaking to my daughter about our marriage, that I was going to get a divorce. I was setting a hard boundary. And he told me in the car that day that he would not stop speaking to my daughter about our relationship. He got out of the car, went into the airport. I stayed in the car because I was so mad at him. He immediately called my daughter on the phone and told her that I just threatened him with divorce. The two of them were talking about it, whatever happened. I made the decision right then and there that, I still was giving him chances, even though I told him the boundary was set, which was on me. So, of course, this behavior is going to continue. So February rolls around and the two of them have to go on a 5-day work trip to Las Vegas. And her boyfriend and I stay behind at the house. And for 5 days, the two of them go with their boss and, a couple other people to this convention in Las Vegas. And when they come home from that trip, my daughter is refusing to speak to me, will not speak one word to me. She comes home from the airport with him, walks in, doesn't even say hello to me. I was washing the dishes. I'll never forget it. She walked right by me, went upstairs, didn't say anything to me, and then just went on a silent treatment. Like from here on out. This is in February. By March, she still isn't speaking to me, and I can't understand why. My husband is growing extremely distant. He's siding with her. He's telling me that I need to just conform, just do what she wants, so she'll stop treating you this way. There was nothing I was going to do that was ever going to satisfy her and start treating me right. So I tell him I'm going to go back to Idaho and I'm going to stay at our house for a couple weeks because they're doing all the renovation from the flood and everything. And we got an offer on our house and we were supposed to close on April 24th. And I'm going to go back to the house for 2 weeks. It's too stressful living in this environment. I'll sleep on a mattress on the floor and make sure my house is ready for the new homeowners when the time comes. You can fly out to Idaho a couple days before we get ready to close, sign the paperwork, and then we'll get our stuff and drive back to Virginia. So in the meantime, I've got a realtor. We're looking at homes. We're looking to buy property. And my husband and I are going and looking at these different houses. And he's telling me he really wants to build because he works for a custom home builder. So then we started looking for property. And so we're doing this like every single day. So he's been at his job long enough now to have health insurance. Okay. So he gets health insurance and he tells me he's going to call and get an appointment because he needs to get a checkup. He's going to be 57. He needs to get a checkup and a new doctor. So I'm like, okay, great. So he calls, makes an appointment. They do all the testing, whatever. And then I guess like a couple days later, I get a text message on my phone and it's from the pharmacy in town. And it says my husband's name and it says, you have a prescription ready. And I've worked in pharmacy my whole life, so I know how pharmacies operate. When I was at my daughter's house in August, I got some migraine medication filled at that pharmacy. And I guess when they got the prescription for him, they had my phone number. So they put my phone number in as his phone number. So I got the text notification that he had a prescription ready. So when I got home that day, I said, hey, I got a text that you had a prescription ready. And I said, I thought you said that everything went great and that you didn't need any testing or whatever. And he's like, oh, well, I don't know what they called in for me. And I said, what do you mean they don't know what they called in for you? That's not how it works. The doctor asks you if you want a prescription. Right. They ask you what pharmacy you use. They ask you if you know the phone number. They tell you they're going to fax the prescription over. They're going to call it in or email it or whatever. And then they let you know that it's going to be at the pharmacy ready for you to pick up. So what do you mean you don't know he called something in for you? And he goes, well, I don't know. I'll have to call and find out. I'll have to call the pharmacy. And I said, okay. So, I waited for like a day. And then the next day I said to him, I said, hey, what did you call the pharmacy and figure out what was going on? And he goes, yeah, it turns out he called in a little blue pill prescription for my husband. And I said, why did he do that? Because we hadn't been having sex for like 6 months because we were living in my daughter's house. And I said, who is that for? What do you mean you've never had a problem with that before? What is this?
I'm sorry, y'all.
And he goes, oh, well, I mean, I did ask for it because I just got it. I got it to make me feel better.
Huh?
I said, to make you feel better with who? Because you're not sleeping with me. So who is the prescription for?
Who is
husband? At this point, I point blank asked him if there was something going on between him and my daughter.
Right.
Because she wanted her boyfriend out. They're working at the same company. They're going to work together at the same place. They're taking trips together. She's not speaking to me. He's not speaking to me. He's telling me he's refusing to stop involving my daughter, who's 28, and not his child, in our marriage while we're living in her house. And so, of course, everything that they're communicating, I'm the bad guy in the situation. So she's taking it all out on me. Pretty soon, the two of them are just feeding off of each other. And then her poor boyfriend, he doesn't know what to do. I can tell that he feels so sorry for me, but he can't stop it. So it's like all these miserable people living in this house, So I'm like, I got to get out of here. Now this is going to go to a part 3. Okay, so this is the part 2. So we are in roughly
part 3.
All right, so here we go with part 3. So at this point, it's March, and I'm ready to bounce. I've got to get out of this toxic environment. I'm going to go back to my house and make sure everything is copacetic with my home and sale of my property. So I drive myself back to Idaho, stay there for 2 weeks, getting all my stuff ready. Meanwhile, I'm thinking that my husband and I are going to buy some property. We're going to start building a home. I am still like hoping that my marriage is going to survive this move and this situation with my daughter.
Yes, she could have got a husband.
And I'm thinking that maybe I can salvage my marriage if I get out from under her roof, okay, and just get back to focusing on me and my husband. So I get back to Idaho. I'm doing all this stuff with my house. I'm making sure that my brother's company is doing all the things that they're supposed to be doing and that my house is prepared and ready for the new owners. And so 4 days before we're supposed to close on my house, my husband flies into Boise, and I go to pick him up at the airport. And it was like 1:30 in the morning when his flight arrives. And I am so happy to see him. I'm so excited to see him because I'm like, oh my God, I finally have my husband here without my daughter around. We're going to be in our house. Like we can finally have some alone time. And so we get back home. Of course, we're like intimate because we haven't seen each other for 2 weeks. Plus we hadn't been being intimate because we were living with her. And so then the next day we get up, we're doing all the things. We go do some shopping. We have some lunch. We go to dinner. We're talking to the realtor about property. And then I'm thinking, okay, I can save this. I can save this marriage, right? Things are looking good. That night, second night, we're intimate again. We're really like, things are going really great. And then third night, intimate again. We're getting ready to go to sleep. We got to wake up in the morning to go sign the closing on our house at noon at the title company. And so I think it was a Friday or a Thursday. I can't remember. But anyway, so and mind you, that night before that, I had been talking to the realtor. She sent me another home listing that she thought we might like. So then the next morning, the morning of the closing, it's like 6:15 and my husband and I are laying in bed, and I woke up and I felt him like staring at me. And I woke up and I like went like this, you know, because he was like literally up on his fist like this, laying in bed, just looking at me. And I said, what are you doing? What's going on? What's wrong? You know, why are you just staring at me? And he goes, do you remember when we first started dating, how we used to just lay on the chase and we would cuddle and stuff? Wasn't that just the best time? And I said, yeah, that was a pretty amazing time. He goes, I wish we could go back to that. And I said, yeah, well, you know, we can't. We're older. It's been almost 10 years since that, you know. So then he looks at me and he goes, I have to tell you something. And you mind you, it's 6:15 in the morning. And I said, what? And he goes, I talked to a lawyer. And I said, about what? And he said, a divorce. And I said, what do you mean? We had just been looking at houses. We'd just been intimate for 2 or whatever, 3 nights. Like, you were just telling me how amazing that everything was going to be. And I just looked right at him and I said, have you told my daughter this? And he didn't answer me. And I said, did you tell my daughter that you saw a lawyer? And he said, yes. He told my daughter several weeks before that he had got an attorney about a divorce.
True cry, you gonna have me fall out,
And so yeah, she knew about it before I did, and I still didn't know the extent of their relationship, and I still don't. And I'm never going to say that something sexual happened because I can't prove that.
Well,
all I know is what happened to me and what it looks like. Whether they had a sexual relationship or not, they had an emotional relationship. They worked together to smear me, to ruin me, to isolate me, to triangulate me, to smear my name. Not only to my friends and family, but to my clients, to people around town. They ruined my ability to work. They got me put in a mental hospital when I started telling my story. And every single thing that they said to the authorities was based off of my TikTok videos. It wasn't based off any interaction with me whatsoever. So no, I don't know if they were sexual with each other. And I'll never know that. And I never want to know that. But you better know right now that there isn't a day that goes by that thought isn't in my head.
She is pissed.
Not one. You believe her? Good. Go do that. Guess what? She has a platform. You should go to her platform and you should ask her for her side of the story.
What's
you should ask her to tell her side of the story. And he has a platform too. One dedicated to being the ex-husband of a covert narcissist, where all he does is post videos about living with a narcissistic partner. So, you want to believe my daughter? You feel free to do that all day long and all night.
To see who this daughter is.
Meanwhile, I'll be over here living my existence, because after I woke up with the realization that my husband wants a divorce, I also realized that I have to drive 4 days back to Virginia with this man because I don't have anywhere to live. And all my things, half my things are in Virginia. he apparently had found us an apartment that we were going to move into when we got back there. So I'm in my mind ready to drive back to Virginia to still continue to try to make this marriage work with this man. We get to Nebraska. We're driving separate cars because we had to pull a car and we had a U-Haul, and then I had, my truck. I had to drive my truck back. So we had to drive separate, thank God, or there's no way I would have survived that. But we get to Nebraska and I had an absolute nervous breakdown because I realized halfway back there that there's no way my marriage is going to survive this. And I pulled over in the gas station and I cried for 4 hours in the parking lot while he sat in the car behind me on his phone. He couldn't even be bothered to come in and talk about it, to tell me what was going on, to tell me why he wanted a divorce, to tell me what was going on with my daughter, to tell me why he refused to stop having a relationship with my daughter, to stop communicating with my daughter about me and my marriage, to stop trying to ruin my name with my daughter to my friends and my family. I was still willing to try to make it work with this man. Can you believe this shit? So we get back to Virginia. My daughter was in Louisiana. She'd flown down for her friend's graduation. So she wasn't there the day that we got back. We got back on a Monday, I think. And he and I were moving our stuff out of her place into an apartment 1 block away. And it was taking forever because we were doing it by hand because we were walking everything back and forth. And now I have to go to a part 4. All right, so here we go with part 3. So at this point, it's March and I'm ready to bounce. I've got to get out of this toxic environment. I'm going to go back to my house and make sure everything is copacetic with my home and sale of my property. So part 4, when my daughter finally does come back, we're walking back and forth to get our things. And I get to her house to go up and get another box out of my office. And she's standing at the door. And she slams the door, comes outside and asks me, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm getting my things out of your house. It's obvious you don't want me here. My husband and I are going to go move into this apartment and, you can rent out your room to whoever, whatever." She goes, "You're not coming in my house. Oh, you're not welcome in my house." I mean, there was nothing I could do. We'd been living there. She refused to give me a lease to prove that we were legal residents. We couldn't get driver's licenses or bank accounts because we weren't legal residents there. She never even gave us a key to her house. So basically, she held all my things hostage and locked me out. And the last thing I said to her was, "You'll regret this." And I walked off. And I've never spoken to her since. She held all of my things hostage. She told me that the only person who could come in and get my business things, my art supplies, my whole business studio was my husband. He could come in. He could come in and get my things, but I couldn't. So, on top of him working a full 60-hour-a-week job, now it's his responsibility to take care of my business because she's going to decide what our life looks like. So I go back to the apartment. I'm telling myself we're going to live in this little 900 square foot cockroach infested apartment after we just sold a $500,000 house back in Idaho. This is what's happened. My daughter and my husband have created this giant monster of hate, and neither one of them can get away from it. So 2 days in the apartment with my husband, I said, "I'm not doing this anymore. I don't want to be with you anymore. You got an attorney. You saw an attorney. Call the attorney and tell them to go ahead and send me the paperwork. We'll split the proceeds of the sale of our house," which we did. The real estate company gave us each half of a check for $155,000 each. I didn't at that time even know the extent. I found all this out after. At the time when I signed the paperwork and we split the money, I didn't know any of this. I found out so many things about my husband since we split the money that I can't even talk to you guys about. I tell my husband that I'm going to take our little 17-foot camper and our Toyota Tacoma. Both things were in his name, but we were married, so they were considered marital property. He had a work truck, so he told me I could take the one truck that we had and the camper, and I was going to go live in the camper on the campground because there was no housing to speak of. I still didn't have steady income. We had just moved there. I'm self-employed. Like I couldn't have rented a place if I wanted to financially at that time. So I take the truck and I take the camper and we take it over to the campground. He helps me get it all set up. We both agree that this marriage isn't working. We're going to go our separate ways. It was very amicable. I decided I was going to buy my own truck and trailer because I needed something bigger for me. So I went and did that. I returned his truck and trailer to him with a very nice note with the keys telling him where his things were parked and that I hope he finds what he's looking for, and I wish him the best. And I lived in this camper, the first one, when I started this journey. We're recording it with you guys. It was around my birthday, May 27th. Still to this day, it's been almost a year. The end of this month will be a year. My daughter has not reached out to me one time, has never spoken to me. In fact, started trolling me and harassing me and stalking me on my TikTok videos, which I have proof of. And then, so I signed up for a wellness retreat in Oregon in July. From May to July, I sat in this camper and cried myself to sleep every fucking night because neither one of the two of them reached out to me, which to me, all it did was cement what I was feeling inside. And oh, by the way, the second night or whatever after I was living in the camper, we had an agreement set up with our animals, and I went to return my animals to his apartment. He wasn't home, but he was at my daughter's house. So even though I had moved out, we were getting a divorce. He was still communicating and having a relationship with her. So I just washed my hands of it and said, well, I guess this is what it's going to be. I'm going to get a divorce. I don't know what's going to happen with them. They're going to do whatever they're going to do. I don't care. I don't want to know about it. I already have bad nightmares and visions in my mind of what I envision went on, but I'll never be able to prove it. Or maybe one day I'll find out. I don't know. So, fast forward to July, and I decided I was going to leave my camper in Virginia and I was going to drive to Oregon to the wellness retreat. And then I was going to spend the summer going to all the places on my bucket list to try to heal from this. And I did that alone. For 9 weeks, I slept in the back of my truck and I drove through 17 states and put 7,000 miles on my truck and did my best to forget the both of them. And then when I got back to Virginia to sign my paperwork, I had to go over to my storage unit where all my things were from our life together and clean it out because he left me with that responsibility. As men do. They just pick up and go start a new life somewhere and leave you to clean up their bullshit.
Wash your hands.
And when I got in that storage unit, I was so angry when I started looking at all the family pictures, all the years that I wasted on a man who did nothing but lie to me and ruin my relationship with everybody that I care about, including my children. And I destroyed everything in that storage unit.
You messed up.
I recorded it and I made a TikTok video. And my daughter, believe it or not, was the first one to call the police.
What?
Because she'd been stalking me. You know, they'd both been viewing my videos all summer. So she was the first one to call the police, and then he called the police. And then the police showed up at my camper to tell me that they were arresting me. And, but they weren't going to take me to jail because it was a civil matter, not a criminal matter. And the sheriff told me that he urged my husband not to press charges because the case would get thrown out, but he didn't care. He wanted me arrested. So the police showed up at my camper that night at I don't even know what time it was, 9 o'clock or something. And told me that they weren't going to arrest me, that they were going to, that I needed to show up for court, which I said, okay, great. And then I made a TikTok video about how I didn't get arrested. And when I did that, my husband and my daughter decided that it'd be fun to go to the magistrate's office and complain and file a complaint that I'm a danger to myself and to society and to them, and that they think I need a mental health evaluation. That was at like 10:30 at night. So the next day, it was a Thursday afternoon. I'm sitting in my camper, just minding my own business. At 2:00 in the afternoon, I get a knock at the door, and it's 2 sheriffs. And they tell me that they're here to take me to the hospital for a mental health evaluation. And that if I don't go with them, I'm going to go to jail. So now I'm close to a part 5, which I can't even believe this, but this is the story, you guys. I mean, and I still have like 8 months to go of shit to tell you after the mental hospital.
The mental hospital.
This is the last 12 months of my life.
I'm sorry.
I mean, it's going to be a Netflix movie, okay? It just is. So
the mental hospital.
So part 4, when my daughter finally does come back, Well. I was going to post part 5 this morning, but I woke up to a whole bunch of screenshots that my daughter and my ex-husband are posting about this story because they can't hide the secret anymore. So, I mean, I knew they were going to talk, but I had no idea that they were going to bury themselves into a hole that they're never.
Hold on, did you?
So when we sold the house and he told me he wanted a divorce that morning, I had no other choice but to have the real estate company split the profits.
We gotta find a door.
Because otherwise the check was going to go to him for the whole amount, and I was going to have to fight him in divorce court. So I agreed to give him half of the proceeds of the house, which was $155,000 each. The agreement was he was going to pay off the credit card debt. We had to pay off the home equity line of credit of $50,000. So that came out of my inheritance too. And I have no fucking idea what he charged on that. And I still don't, because the bank refuses to give me access to the fucking account. And that's by design. He did that on purpose. I signed on the co-signed on the home equity line of credit. So I had every right to access that account. And I went to the bank several times when I was there in November trying to get access to the records. They wouldn't give them to me. So my mom put down all the money she had to buy a home with her daughter because she knew that I was going to take care of her until the day she died. And that's exactly what I did. And my mom made sure that the portion of the money from the house that she put in was my inheritance. We paid $5,000 or $2,000, something like that, to get an estate attorney to change all the paperwork to make sure that the $251,000 portion was mine. And in Virginia, inheritance property is not separate marital property, but it is in Idaho. And that's why he pushed my divorce through in Virginia, because he knew that if I divorced him in Idaho, he'd have to give me that fucking money back. And so he is going to give me that money back in the form of a civil lawsuit. And who knows how much money she's going to have to pay me, because I can prove organized stalking for my daughter. And yes, I have the receipts. So I'm going to let them continue to tell all of their things. You guys keep sending me the screenshots because it's really just adding fuel to an already huge bonfire. And the thing that's crazy is they have no idea what I know. They have zero idea what I know. And the crazy thing is there's a whole bunch of people involved in this. Whole bunch of people with their dirty little fingers who took money, who did things that they shouldn't have been doing. So part 5 story time, I guess I will re-record later so that I can address all of the things that they've been saying about me in their videos. Or maybe I won't. I'll just tell the story of what happened to me, because that's what I've been doing this whole time. And it's wild because I have them both blocked. You know, people are tagging them in the comments. People are sending the screenshots. I don't search them out. I don't try to go see what they're saying because I don't fucking care. I know my truth. I know what happened to me, and I know who did it. And so you guys aren't going to shut me.
I found it. Baby, she said sometimes you have to watch your mom publicly accuse you of sleeping with her husband. Go about your day, knowing damn well I have a boyfriend.
Ain't it?
Someone say you only get one mom, and you treat her disrespectful. She said, replying to Angie, one was enough.
Ever, ever, ever have I said that anything sexual happened between my husband and my daughter. None of you want to touch.
What are you talking about? This the government or police know about this? They're consenting adults.
Fucking What do you want me to do?
Please explain, is this a Woody Allen situation? She says maybe. She is intentionally keeping it vague so they don't know that they didn't sleep with each other.
Not one time ever.
Baby!
Series on her home, the renovation of it. It's on the Magnolia Network. In time for the taping.
Never been to my house at this point. Walls are already painted.
3 floors.
I'm finally getting around to finish the second floor.
Doors, all the stuff. Trim, like everything that they needed me to do.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
My husband left me for my daughter. Girl, ain't nobody want your man. Child. And that's the ex-husband. That's her husband. That's her man. That's not the mama man. That's her boyfriend. That's not the husband, y'all. Yes. Oh, he looked younger with his face cut. And that's her boyfriend, the boyfriend that she don't want there. When you're adult, wait a minute, go back. When your adult daughter gaslight you while you're simultaneously bullying you behind your back, right? From October of last year. I want to start by saying that this is not easy for me. It's not easy for you to hear. This is coming from a place of love and care. I'm hoping we have an honest conversation about something that's affecting us for a long time. Over the years, I watched a pattern in your relationships with your family, your partners, even close friends. It seems like there's a recurring cycle of conflict to that end in destruction, where things become so strained that people leave and you end up up isolated. Where did we leave off at? People who care about you are pushed away. It becomes clear to me that these actions are damaging to you and to those who want to be there for you. I know this is hard to hear, but I want you to understand, just like someone struggling with addiction who needs rehab, there's a real need for change. You are caught in a pattern and it is going to hurt you and everyone around you. It's addressed unless it's addressed. This is why I strongly believe therapy is essential, not just for your well being, but so that you can have a healthy, supportive relationship, and most importantly, show you how to speak, how to break them so you don't have to push people away anymore. I want to really be clear about my boundaries moving forward. If you decide to walk away from your family and abandon your children again, it will have consequences. You will not be a part of our lives. You won't be invited to our weddings. You won't know your grandchildren, and ultimately, you will find yourself isolated. I don't want that for you, and I don't want that for us. And verbal abuse, especially from someone who we're meant to trust and rely on, cannot continue. It is not acceptable, and I can't allow it to affect me or my family anymore. Please know that the door is open for change, but it requires recognizing the problem, being willing to work on it. If you can do that, then there is hope for a healthier future and stronger relationship. But if you choose not to, I have to be honest about the impact that it will have on our relationship. And I won't be able to continue to support or be a part of your life in the same way. Standing up to bullies, that's what she said. And then it says, seeking help if you need help finding therapists or resources. I will support you in that with love. How she actually speaks to me is, my going to therapy what you need? I need you to recognize that you need therapy. I already know that. I agreed to that the last time we talked. You're making an appointment. We can't afford anything like that until we sell our house. It's after years. After house is after, yes. Okay. She said, you get free sessions on your insurance. That's wonderful. So you'll make an appointment. I will after we sell the house. You need therapy now. I also need to go to the doctor and the dentist. Then go. I'm working on it. Then she said, children seeing the therapy should be your top priority. We want you to get better. What do you mean? I'm not threatening to leave anyone. I want you to be happy. And it seems like my existence in the house is a problem. So I'm staying in my room and give you the space you want. We're looking for a house or some land to buy, but we can't until we see our house. You have threatened to divorce him and move back. Now remember, she said that. She said she gonna divorce him and move back to Idaho. Exactly. To move back. Something, don't just forget the things you say. The axe may forget, but the tree remembers. So when did you threatening to kick me out if I don't adhere to her demands? Okay. So when did you want to have the honest conversation you're referring to? Because if people in this house, wait, what the hell? She a piece of work. The people in if people in this house are going to making demands on me, I have some demands of my own. I like to discuss. You don't get to make demands. You are a guest in my house. And if you don't want to respect my boundaries, you can leave. And she cut that part off. Again, you're upset because I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to you because of the way you have treated me and continue to treat me. If you want to have a relationship with your children, you need to recognize the common denominator in all of your failed relationships is you. You are not the victim. You are the aggressor. Much like an addict needs to go to rehab to learn the tools to heal. You need help on how to process your emotions from a licensed professional. I'm no longer going to tolerate your abuse, and if you don't like it, I would encourage you to move out. Then she locked me out while I was trying to leave, keeping my business stuff, computer, and art supplies. And she said, and the mama said, I hear you. Thanks, daughter. I guess you didn't really want to help out after all. I do appreciate that extra push to get me put in a mental hospital for 7 days. She said, Melania's post from October last communication for going no contact. Hope that helps.
The $155,000, and I went and bought a $50,000 RV to live in and a $50,000 truck to pull it. I don't have a truck payment. I don't have a house payment, and that's how I've been living, and I love it. The rest of the money I used to live my best life because I deserve it. I took my money and I went cross country and I did all the things because guess what? I could not be here tomorrow. So what's the purpose in holding on?
She said, not y'all getting gaslit too.
All that money. And all of you people out there saying that I don't work and I beg for donations, that's ridiculous. Trying to build up the courage to do probably one of the most uncomfortable things that I've ever had to do in my whole life. And that is ask people for money. I have a job, but I'm not going to tell you fuckers about it because they're out here stalking me trying to find out every single thing about my life so they can destroy it. I'm gonna hurt myself because I'm crumbling under the financial pressure of this relationship. And I said, what do you mean? You know, he paid all the bills. I had my own business and all the money that I made went into buying groceries and to regrowing my business. Okay.
Had a successful and growing, thriving business.
So I took my half, the $155,000, and I went and bought a $50,000 RV to live in and a $50,000 truck to pull it. I don't have a truck payment. I don't have a house payment, and that's how I've been living, and I love it. The rest of the money I used to live my best life because I deserve it. I took my money and I went cross country and I did all the things because guess what? I could not be here tomorrow. So what's the purpose in holding on to all that money? And all of you people out there saying that I don't work and I beg for donations, that's ridiculous. Trying to build up the courage to do probably one of the most uncomfortable things that I've ever had to do in my whole life. And that is ask people for money. I have a job, but I'm not going to tell you fuckers about it because they're out here stalking me trying to find out every single thing about my life so they can destroy it.
So she been at the house. Yeah, she's a toxic parent. I didn't think she was this. I know. Rest in peace, my granny. She got hit by. So the girl did a pretty in-depth dive into her videos. Pretty spot on the most part of those who are confused. And then she said her mother is a narcissist, in my opinion, has mental issues that need to be addressed. I agree. And she said, I feel I didn't know the facts. I understand it could be easy to believe her because she is so convincing. Her daughter has been silent for the most part past year, but is still sticking up for herself. I'm going to be honest. That's why I said something don't sound right when I kind of heard everything. And I was like, well, how you left and you pulled the truck? That don't sound right. I personally know somebody said I personally know everyone involved, although I've only been around her daughter twice, once as a child and last time a few years ago. It has breaking my heart watching everything unfold. I pray she gets the help she desperately needs. She has lied about most of everything and she is very convincing. Wow. So I see why people believe her story. I have felt so bad for the people giving her money because they are basically being scammed, and the truth and that doesn't sit well with me. She wants to keep people engaged because she wants to make money from TikTok. So basically her thing is to make money from TikTok. That money for TikTok. But basically it's saying that, mama been lying, so she trying to come famous, TikTok famous to get money, and now she telling people she don't give a F what they don't care. She don't care what they talk about. Hey, Mysterious Eyes, you have to watch the replay, girl. I don't care what they talking about. That's what she said. Yeah, she is a professional grifter. But yeah, y'all, that's all for TikTok stories, y'all, as of today. Y'all let me know what y'all want for tomorrow. I'm gonna look up some stories tomorrow. If Netta come out on live, we're gonna talk about it tomorrow. But yeah, I wish everybody well in this situation. That girl shouldn't have to go through that. I'm glad that she fixed her home. It looked nice. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it tomorrow, and I hope that it comes out great. It looked like she putting a lot of time and effort into that home, so I hope it does come out well for her child. I love it. I love a little rustic home. It look nice. She putting it together. Look like it's gonna be nice. So I hope her daughter, Melania, crazy Melania daughter, Crazy Eyes, daughter, put pictures of her home. We want to see it. I'm gonna keep following her so I can see the process of the home. She been fixing on the home for the past 3 years. It's coming together. So she been posted before and after pictures of what she picked, and I want to see it. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna end it here. I'll be back at 5:45. I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see y'all tonight. We got May on the backup channel, okay? So backup channel for right now, we got Marissa, we got Maybay, and we got Shorty that claims she's still on the throne of what, I don't know. I want to thank you guys. Right, I hope she do. I hope she does speak out. I want to thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna try to find the ex-husband for tomorrow. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.